All right, we are live on YouTube, getting ready to go live on Facebook, and we are going live on Instagram. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hawaii Fishing Gear Show. We are HiFishGear, Hawaii Fishing Gear. We have a website called HiFishGear.com if you haven't heard about us. While we're live, we invite you to ask your questions about Hawaii fishing, regulations, ways to catch certain fish, gear recommendations, whatever you guys have in regards to Hawaii fishing. Ask them right now while we're live. And if you're watching it later on in the day, please feel free to drop your questions in the comments. We do respond to comments. We're currently live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. One question that we frequently get. It's asked all the time. It's been asked for years. What's a good whipping pole? Now, the answer has changed through the years. Like anytime anybody would ask me in the past, what's a good whipping pole? I'd tell them what I use personally. The 10'6" Tika salmon steelhead, rated up to 1.5 ounces, pairs nicely with a Stratic 5K. We've gone through, we've had, there's been tons of rods that have been recommended. Recently, the 964 LSJ from Major Craft, the Akuma Hawaiian Custom 10'7" Mimpachi rod. There's been rods throughout the years that have kind of hit all the points. And the rods that we recommend are like kind of like universal. They're multi-purpose rods, but specifically can handle the stuff that we throw. That's the recommendations that we give out. Now, with this information that we've been sharing with people through the years, we would like to take all that information, combine it into one single rod. And what we have here is our first venture into actually making our own rod. I'd like to introduce to you the Hawaii Fishing Gear, HiFishGear. This is the Big Bubble Rod, the BBR. It is a 10-foot, 6-inch, 3-piece travel rod, but we also like to call it a to-go rod. It's a go rod. You're working a job site, you're there early, rain is drizzling, boss says, you know what, guys, we rain out, go do what you want. Are you gonna go home and get sleep? No, you got the whole day ahead of you. You're not scared of a little bit of rain. This 3-piece rod is secured in the back seat of your truck with your reel. You got your bubbles, you got your flies, you got your lead, you got your hammer bombs. You can go. It's a go rod. You can keep it in the trunk of your car. You can keep it in the back seat of your truck. It's 10'6", 3-piece. Comes in this nice little handy, I guess it's a nylon canvas style bag. We tried to keep it very simple, but we based it off of the specs for a lot of popular rods through the years. And I guess the best way that I can use to describe it is it is a salmon steelhead back rod. Like it's stiff like a salmon steelhead in regards to the backbone, but the tip has a little bit of sensitivity where you can still feel every bite. It's 3 pieces. We got good hardware on all of it. We got Fuji reel seat, Fuji guides. It is a carbon blank. It's not very heavy. It's less. It's just a little bit above half a pound, so it's 9 ounces, and it matches up nicely with all those popular reels that we've been recommending through the years for whipping. It pairs up very nicely with a 5K Stratic. If you want to go a little bit heavier pound test, you can match it up with a 5K Saragosa, 5K or 6K Saragosa or Spheros. 20 to 30 pound test, 1 to 2 ounces. It's not, okay, I'm gonna say right now, every single rod has like a little bit different than the other. So it might not be the exact rod for everybody, but since I have been playing with the prototype over the last 6 months, this is my go-to whipping pole. Aloha Tika Salmon Steelhead. Aloha 964 LSJ, you're going up for auction this Saturday. This is my go-to whipping pole. This is my personal. We talked it out with a lot of different people that I consulted about whipping poles. We got the spacing for the reel seat. We got the Eva foam grip with the rubber coating. It is a nice, clean, altogether, beautiful off-the-shelf rod, rated up to 2 ounces. And the reason why we call it the Big Bubble rod is because the Big Bubble, you know, the bubble that's #1 seller on HiFishGear.com, the clear double X tackle tough bubble, when you fill it all the way up with water, whether it's fresh water or whether it's seawater, is 1.9 ounces. This rod is rated up to 2 ounces, but you can do other things with it. It's not just a specifically bubble rod, but more people are going to use this rod for big bubbles than other things. 1.5 ounce lead, 1.5 ounce Mark White lures, 1.5 ounce flash bombs. A lot of you guys, that's probably the most popular weighted hammer bomb. If you want to bomb the 2 ounce flash bomb, you can bomb it with this. You can 1.5 ounce lead. It's a universal multi-purpose whipping rod brought to you by HiFishGear. If you get a chance, it's available on the front page of our website under new products. I just posted about it on Instagram. Somebody's already asking how much. $189.99. We have a 6-month warranty, which covers any defects that you might find in the rods. Each one is going to be personally inspected before we ship it out. Everything that I've taken out of the package so far has been beautiful, surpassed my expectations. Just so you know, it is made in China. We sent it out last year, and it just arrived today. We haven't been talking about it because we never know when it's supposed to show up. Here it is. It's here. It's now. I don't like to hype things up without just telling you it's right now available on HiFishGear.com. There we go. What's up, Ricky Murray? All right, let's see what other question. What are hooks used for? If you guys got any questions about the rod or general fishing questions, I'm going to give you probably the next 20 minutes or so to talk about Hawaii fishing gear. So let's do it. What are hooks used for? Hooks are the multi-purpose. The smaller sizes are ones that people use for, I would say, fishing for bait fish like a hole hole. We're talking like size 18, size 20. You can actually use the smallest ones, the size 20 for Owama, if you wanted to. When you get into the bigger sizes, or sorry, the sizes like 16, 14, you can use those for catching bait fish on a hand pole and stuff like that. When you start getting into 12s, you can use some of those for whipping. When you start getting into size 1, size 2, you can use those for dunking. It's a thin gauged. It's not a circle hook, but some guys like that thin gauge because it hides in the bait better than BKNs do. But hook, we sell more BKNs than we do but also known as not the MZ. MZ, same thing, okay? The gold MZs are very popular for making a kule or catching a kule in Honolulu. All right. Any news on the new Ulua poles? The new Ulua poles are supposed to be coming out in about a week. If you're referring to the Pescador from Infinity Rods, those will hopefully be coming out in the next week or two. We have the demos still available if you want to come check them out on the thing. MZ hooks are cherry for oils, says somebody on Instagram. I don't want to repeat his name because it's a curse word. All right. If you guys got questions about fishing, drop them in the comments right now while we're live. $189.99 for the Big Bubble rod. If you want to check out the website and read into the specs, please do. Front page of the website under new products, the BBR, the Big Bubble rod from HiFishGear, our first custom rod. Let's check. How much are your hammer bombs? Somebody says. If you guys got questions about whether we have things in stock, how much something is, when do you expect things like this, or can you tell me when you're going to get something back in stock? Please, even if you're an in-store shopper, utilize our website. It is a tool. You can find out if we have something in stock. You can find out how much it is because it's the same price on the website as it is in the store. You can also sign up for notifications on something that is sold out. If it's showing is sold out, it'll say notify me when back in stock. You can plug in your email address or your telephone number. The system will email or text you to let you know the moment we add something to inventory. And we don't even hold on to your information. Once that message is sent, You're on your own. You get first crack at the new stuff. So if you want to know about how much hammer bombs are, Michael, HiFishGear.com. HiFishGear, GEAR.com. I think that's probably one of the first big bubble rods being sold right there. Let me turn down for my notifications. All right, let's go ahead and check out. We had any other questions on Instagram? It's the new custom HiFishGear rod. There we go. Okay. Let's see. Oh, hey, Hawaii Rhino. I see Hawaii Rhino on Instagram. I'm going to read your question here in a moment. I saw your video recently. You do have my authorization to take clips from the video, so you okay. But I like how you was busting hungry fisherman's balls on a video. Bro, you was fishing my grounds out there. I hope you guys seem like you had a good night. All right, let's see. The Penn travel rod you was talking about last show, is that for whipping only or can do light dunking with them? The Penn travel rod that I was talking about, I wish I had them on here so I could show them to you right now. The Penn Pursuit 10-foot combo. It's a 4-piece travel rod with an 8K Penn Pursuit reel. It has its own plastic carrying case, zip up. It's cherry. I bought 2 of them. I already have Penn Battle reels, which are a little bit better than the Penn Pursuits. So I switched out the reels. And I also installed stainless steel butt caps, 12-inch, 22 millimeters on the bottom. Then they're freaking cherry. Those are my new dunking rods, my go-to rods. Those are the ones that I can keep in the back seat of my Jeep, or in the back seat of my Tacoma, or in the back seat of the tail part of my Jeep, all that. And it's mostly they're rated up to 40-pound test and 6 ounces. I throw 5s on them, and they cast wonderful. And they're not really for light dunking. They're for like medium to heavy dunking. All right. If you guys got any questions about fishing, drop them in the comments right now. I'm going to scroll back down and look at any questions that may have came in on Instagram. I think I'm almost up to the top. Okay. Okay, when is the next swap meet? Next week, Saturday. We're looking at February. I don't like talk out of my okole. Let me check the actual calendar on my phone. We are looking at February 7th. February 7th is next week, Saturday, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. I got a call that one person who had already booked a table is not going to be in there, so I do have a couple open tables. Reach out to me, sales@hifishgear.com. Send me a DM on Instagram or a DM on Facebook if you want to book the table. Tables are only $20. You can make that back in a couple minutes. All right, so it's 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. next week, Saturday. We do it every month, the first Saturday of every month outside of our shop. Shout out to Easy Corners in Aiea. The Wahine there helped me put together a custom tent just for our event, for the swap meet. It's got that mesh black shade. It's kind of a tricky area, but they helped us out and helped us put together a custom tent for our thing. Brother JP is picking it up today. We're gonna set it up tomorrow just to kind of test it out, and it'll be on showcase next week Saturday for the swap meet. A little bit more coverage. Can you carry it on a plane or can you check it in? All right, it's not gonna fit in the overhead compartment. But you can probably carry it and keep it on your person. Maybe put it like in between your legs when you're sitting in there. I think you might be able to carry it on inter-island flights. I don't think it should be an issue. But I'm hesitant to tell you that you can carry it on a plane because it all depends on the people that are handling that flight. Technically, if you have something that will not fit in the overhead storage, you probably need to check it. But you know, sometimes they're really cool about it. Yeah, no problem. You can put that. You can take that on a plane with you. You should be able to. I would say 9 times out of 10, you should be able to carry this on inter-island flights. But don't always bet on it. Do have a backup plan if they won't let you take it on the flight. All right. Okay. Okay, and I think we're all caught up on questions over here. I've been casting Hawaii Hooked. How's it going, brother? I've been casting a lure pole for about half a year now and want to get into sliding. What are the essentials and what do you look for when sliding? Okay, so the essential gear that you'll need for slide bait. You're gonna need slides. You can either do pigtail slides, curly, the ones that aren't one-way slides. You can do pigtail slides, or you can do one-way slides. Both of them sell really good on our website, but I think pigtails are kind of like a little bit more people are recommending the pigtail because they don't need the one-way aspect of it. But if you're casting into the surf, one-way slides are essential. You also need the stoppers, and you got to make sure that the stoppers that you have, we sell 1.0 and we also sell 3.0. We sell more 3.0 than the 1.0s. 3.0s are a bigger stopper. You will also need some sort of claw lead. And a claw lead, of course, is the one with the wire. And the wire is to get your lead hung up, get that line nice and tight, so when you do slide your bait down, it'll go straight down to the buckle and not stick, not droop or something like that. So those are the essential hardware that you need for slide baiting. If you guys are just looking to get into slide baiting, and you ask the guys that have been slide baiting for a long time, they're going to tell you, you need size 30 wire, everything got to be 18-0 hooks, all this kind of stuff, because they are fishing grounds that they have been fishing for 10 years, 2 generations. They know get big fish there, and they're going to tell you buy all the hardcore stuff. Not always essential. You can fish other locations that might not be as productive or hold that big of a fish. Nice introduction into slide baiting. The main thing you're going to be looking for is you're going to be looking for rocks higher than the water, because you're going to be putting your pole on the edge of the rocks and letting slide down into the water. If you have a bad angle, like even 45 is essential. But if you got anything less than 45, you're going to be doing this all night. Trying to get your slide to go down to the buckle, shaking the pole. You guys seen people doing it on the beach because they're trying to experiment with slide bait fishing with an angle like that. It's not going to work out. You got to get yourself a look down slide straight to the bottom kind of thing. There are certain spots that are perfect for sliding, and there are other spots that aren't. So you got to find yourself a new place where you are raised above the water. And when you put that slide on and you lift the pole up, it just goes shoop down to the bottom. Not this halfway stuck in the waves, shaking the pole to try to get it down. You're going to be doing that all night. You want it to go straight to the bottom. Present that bait right where the fish are. Hopefully that answered your question, Hawaii Hook. And if it doesn't, if you ask a question and I don't necessarily answer it completely, or maybe I missed the point of your question, send me a DM, Instagram. Send me a DM on Facebook. Write me an email, sales@HiFishGear.com. We're trying to share the knowledge that we've accumulated through the years by talking to customers, by reading some great books, and just kind of fishing ourselves. So we're trying to share the information. Sharing some aloha is what we're doing here at HiFishGear. Any other questions, drop them in the comments right now. I think I've reached the bottom of all the questions. Just ordered because my Tika steelhead is dust. Let's see what the BBR get, bro. I hope you enjoy it. And I want some feedback, guys. This is the first production run of the rod. We've had 2 demos that were handed around over the last few months. I handed off rods to a couple hammers, let them try them out. And I told them to be perfectly honest with me, bro. Don't bullshit me. Don't tell me it's this and that. If something you don't like about it, that's what I want to hear. I don't want you to hear, oh, this rod is perfect. Oh, this rod is awesome, Bill. No, I want to hear, you know what, I wish this, and that. But you know what? These guys, all they did was gave me good feedback, bro. So give me some feedback. Once you get the rod in hands, tell me what you feel. Send me a DM. Send me an email. Bugger warranted for 6 months. If you got any problems with it, let us know. We got a few on back for, we got a few stashed in the back for exchanges if necessary. All right. I hope you enjoy your rod, brother. Okay, how do you feel about blank rods? I heard they're custom rods off the shelf. Joshua, we don't carry those rods, so I feel it's probably best not to discuss them. All right. So I haven't seen the newest ones, so I guess my opinion of them aren't that great. So there you go. You probably need to ask somebody who sells them. Glad to see it in production. I'm glad. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. All right. I don't see a whole lot of questions, so I'm going to say aloha. I got to check out for the day. Do take a moment to go to our website, check out the specs on the HiFishGear Big Bubble Rod, now available on the front page of the website. It is our introduction into like a rod that is designed for the Hawaii market. It's our first HiFishGear rod, maybe the first of many. We'll see. This is what we wanted to start off with. We sell thousands. We've sold thousands of whipping poles through the years. We know what you guys like, and hopefully this will hit some of the things that you like about a whipping pole. It's the Big Bubble Rod from HiFishGear, now available on the front page. 45. All right, everybody. You guys have a good one. Aloha.